Michael Schumacher going to make a good start and cut across the front of Mika Häkkinen. He's famous for that. 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 laps. Pause. Go, go, go.
Consideration, sympathy and all the other appropriate words for Keke Rosberg. He may have been prepared to move over. And look at that! And colossally, that's Mansell. That is Nigel Mansell. And the car absolutely shattered. He's fighting for control, and you can see what's happened. Mansell is out of the race. Now, this could change and will change the World Championship.
We've said in the past that Jean-Pierre Jarier is not always the easiest man in the field to pass. Is he going to be difficult again?
And it's given Arnoux an opportunity to have a sharp look at Tombe's. I think the trouble is it hasn't really helped Arnoux because with Jarier there as well, as usual, getting in the way, and he's managed to hold them up for 2 corners now, and it really is completely out of order. A driver of his experience, and Arnoux is getting through. He's getting alongside. Tambe's cracking at it the other side, but can't, and he'll be thanking Jarier probably with a knuckle sandwich after the race, I think, for that. And there's Piquet pulling through on the inside, I think, has just nipped through inside, and Jarier really is completely out of order. I mean, he really shouldn't be allowed to drive in Grand Prix racing. He is, he's got a mental age of 10 in the first place, and that was absolutely disgraceful for a driver of his experience.
But now Prost has taken Piquet. He's coming up to Arnoux, and Senna has extended his lead to 4.2 seconds. And Prost has yet to take his fellow Frenchman, René Arnoux, who says, the reason I'm going so slow these days is that I'm used to turbo cars, and these normally aspirated engine cars are a very different kettle of fish to drive, he says.
And all I can say to that is bullshit.
So, anyway, there goes Arnoux in the Ford-powered Ligier.
There are very few cars left on the circuit. There's 14 running now out of the 26 who started. And if Prost comes up to any of them, this is the opportunity that Senna's looking for. And he's going through. Ouch! Oh, my goodness, this is fantastic. They meet. This is what we were fearing might happen during the race. And that means to say that Prost has won the World Championship.
And the hot news from Suzuka is that Ayrton Senna, and there he is starting from the right-hand side of the grid, much to his annoyance. The right-hand side is pole position, and the track is dirty there. Senna asked for the pole position to be changed from the left to the left. His request rather, was refused, and the result is that Alain Prost, starting from second on the grid on the left-hand side, is actually going to have a start advantage at a circuit where passing is virtually impossible, except at the notorious chicane where Alain Prost and Ayrton Senna, both in McLarens last year, collided, and we all know what happened subsequently. Ayrton Senna went on to win the race only to be disqualified. Prost and Senna have made up their feud now, and we are waiting for the start of this 53-lap race. On the left is Ayrton Senna, on the right is Alain Prost, behind Senna is Mansell, behind Prost is Berger. The grid is clear, the lights go! And Senna sprints away, but Alain Prost takes the lead. It's happened. Alain Prost has taken the advantage. Senna is trying to go through on the inside, and it's happened immediately. This is amazing. Senna goes off at the first corner, but what has happened to Prost? He has gone off too. Well, that is amazing, but I fear absolutely predictable.
Didn't get the opportunity. Mark Brundle stays wide this time. Okay, guys. Sorry for that. Certainly for the entertainment value, I provided some interest and amusement. But the battle that's going on right now for second and third places is absolutely intense. And believe me, I would not be surprised that these two characters do touch one another. And maybe gently and maybe a little bit more aggressively, but believe me, they will make contact.
I wonder if, we're just taking a look at the replay of Fredson getting past, I wonder if this may not have done Mark.
Oh, a finger! Allow Hans Harold! That's the international sign of saying thank you!
I don't think that could have done Mark's chances that much good to be Heinz Harold Frenson's teammate at Sauber next year, if that's what he's looking for.
Yeah, Mark Blundell, I think, decided that he would let Johnny Herbert through. Mark had been adopting the historical Maginot Line policy from World War II. They shall not pass. But They have passed, both of them, Frenson and Herbert. Now clear track in front of them. You can see them ahead. They're a lap ahead of Mark Blundell, who is in 7th position. Here they come. Damon Hill is now 72 seconds ahead. That's a replay of a that is not very polite, Heinz Harold.
Not only is it not very polite, but it's also difficult turning to a right-hand corner with your left-hand hand up, I would imagine.
Absolutely. He was pretty incensed there, and with good reason too.
Is going to have in the race with his passing the Williams. Whoops! And Mansell just managed to hold it with the Dallara in front of him, and really that was De Cesaris doing his usual performance, taking no notice of the leaders, lapping him, and really and now we see it again, and you'll see that Mansell is coming inside. He should know he's there. He's leading the race, and look at this idiot.
Into the pit lane comes Andrea De Cesaris, the man who's won more Grand Prix than anybody else in the history of Grand Prix racing without actually winning one of them.
And waltzing in beautiful harmony. Whether they made contact or not, it was hard to see, but it was very elegant.
OK, there was a spinner there. Looks like Mark Blundell. Hakkinen pirouetted in sympathy. I would give that 8 out of 10, I think. That was a rather nice little manoeuvre.
This is, here's that, Rosset. Oh no, what's he doing? He somehow has got that car running, though.
He's decided he's going to get it back to the garage the short way by just driving through the grandstands and the gap in the Armco. I hate to say this, but a lot of people here are really debating whether Ricardo Rosset is Formula One material.
Well, it's a fairly short debate, Murray.
End of message. And 3 minutes to go.
They had the tyres ready. McLaren, fantastic pit work, very, very fast. Now Ferrari are ready for Eddie Irvine.
And that looks like another set of slicks to me, James.
It is a set of slicks, absolutely extraordinary. When Salo came in a moment ago, they had both slicks and dries ready for it.
Right rear.
They're not ready on the left rear. There's no tyre.
I've never seen anything like it.
Oh, I thought we had one when the race started, he's saying. Well, this is ludicrous. This is
now
blown
they're going to have a committee meeting about it. Stick it on and send him out.
Well, this has blown it for Irvine, blown it for Ferrari. I don't know what's happened, but there was a major misorganisation problem there.
Magnussen. Here is Magnussen, 4th. Panis is 5th. Behind Panis is Nakano in the Minardi. Behind Nakano is Wurz, and behind Wurz is Eddie Irvine. All I can tell you at the moment is that David Coulthard, he keeps on accelerating and closing up to David Coulthard. Herbert is up into 6th position. Berger is down to 7th place and into the pit lane. Oh, my goodness. David Coulthard smashes himself out of the Australian. I have never seen that before. He comes into the pit lane and into the wall and blows his chance of winning for Williams.
His teammate Damon Hill, and that's Suzuki, spinner of the year, having yet another spin. He had umpteen spins this weekend through Thursday, Friday and Saturday. He's just adding to what's already a very large score.
Senna ahead of the footwork of the revolving Suzuki. He's not revolving at the moment, but as James said earlier on, he's had more spins than I've had hot dinners this weekend.
And there we see Jean Alesi proving again that it is possible to spin in every single session here at the Nürburgring.
Yeah, off again for Alesi, and it looks as though he may have stalled it this time.
Then he's at the exit of the Castrol. He's now getting out. He's taken the wheel off. Car in a very precarious situation. Eddie Irvine comes around. This is possibly a red flag situation. I just wonder, will that be the case? There's a lot of gravel on the racetrack as well. Now, oh, look at that Ricardo Rosset, you fool. Do you not use your eyesight? Do you not realise that there are waved yellow flags around the circuit? Have you not read your rule book that says when there's a waved yellow flag, there's a hazard on the circuit?
I don't think that Nigel is going to be able to go the rest of the race. And oh dear, Streps Tyrrell has really sparked up a little blaze. And he'll want to park it near a fire extinguisher if he possibly can, and he'll also want to get out of there pretty quickly. And that has suddenly become quite a big fire.
And where are the marshals? There's a chap doddering along with an extinguisher, and I wonder if... And the marshal has got the wrong gear on. He should have a fireproof suit. There's a lot of petrol in that car, and there should be a lot more marshals around there. This is not good marshalling. The chap is obviously either frightened or unsure of his equipment, or whether there's a second one. And of course, if this fire extinguisher smoke or powder drifts across the circuit, it's going to make things very difficult indeed for people coming out of the Virage du Pont, which is the last right-hander before the start and finish straight, which leads into the new link. They're in the wrong place. The fire tender should be behind the car, and that's game and set. Now the fire extinguisher hose has been disconnected from the tank. A brilliant performance.
No, he did. You're right. He did go off. Cool, crikey, he's whacked it around. I beg your pardon. I thought he'd headed straight into the pit road, but he probably doesn't realise he's on fire.
It seems strange that he's got a couple of mirrors on the car that he can't see that. Look at that. Tire and wheel off now. What did it come off? I can't. Well, let's have a look. There's a car somewhere with only 3 wheels on it. Well, would you believe it? Well, it's not the McLaren anyway.
Missed the presentation by Pele.
Yeah.
Will you get over it?
Yeah, I was having a
Obviously, you'll have a nice light car on the grid then.
The off curve at the far end and back, and there is another good view.